I'm Raffle. Thank you for tuning in. Now I'm here to talk about keys. And obviously the ideal key run, and obviously not the so ideal key run. Obviously it's mainly deal about the spawns, and obviously when your locations where you spawn. Well, you can't always get that. But there's always workarounds. There's always hope. Don't be obviously diving out as soon as the timer is like 17 minutes. There's a hope. So obviously the LDO run obviously is getting in, no new location, getting in, out, no fuss, no players, no nothing. That's all the goop, and then you're out. Obviously also depending on spawns. So this run, we had the hospital right there. So obviously we did the zip line and got in, straight in and out. Once you're in the hospital or the target or the objective, obviously you want to see the sentry guns. You want to try to leave them. And obviously they will get the other players if they try to get you. Obviously my teammate didn't get the message on that second one, so he got it. But obviously limit to the balls are balls. Rollies. But we did go for this sentry because it didn't spot us. But and obviously one went in. He did hear me on the next one. So we did leave that sentry. And then obviously you want to get in, get the goop. Obviously it's day raid, so obviously we're not getting too fancy from this room. But obviously just get the general idea of what we need to be doing. Obviously once you're gooped up, obviously now we want to be thinking out. Quickly out. Obviously, sometimes you can let your greed get away with you, so he's like, alright, we'll search this room. Then obviously this is well the hospital. Obviously while in the day you can obviously use this trick. So obviously once you've quickly gooped this room. Obviously once you goop this room, me and my teammate thought, well just jump out the window. That's why I love it. Jump out the window and the key hatch is right there. Or if you're feeling risky, the train is literally underneath. But in a key run you want a hatch key if available. Obviously nights you're not going to have the best time. Because obviously there's more campers and other things. I'll show you in a bit, like the 2 runs we did, both times, absolutely full of campers, both times. So that's the ideal key run. You're in, out, got your goop, no stress, no nothing. They don't always can go like this. Obviously I tell you on the next run. Obviously where you late game, you come in, but we still got the room and the other stuff. But obviously we'll show you now. Shit, the fucking thing. Even if you get the right spawn, you're not always obviously going to get out. Obviously this run we got the right spawn. It's like, oh yeah, look at us, we got the fucking same spawn, we're going back in. Okay, so here it goes. As we go in, happy as Larry. Obviously this is where you come in, your safe pocket. That's where you always put your keys in your safe pocket. Never trust them in out and about. Unless it's a radar hatch key, because you can easily make a radar hatch key. That's probably the only key I won't put in my safe pocket. If I got anything else, man, I'll fucking trade it. But here's the guys, we come in. All excited and all. And then here comes the other players coming right in behind us. Yeah, obviously, every run is obviously going to go your way. Obviously, that's where your safe pocket comes in handy. Because obviously, then you always still get your key. You're not losing out on your keys. So that was a mission failed. Anyway, on this next run, obviously it was late game, and then obviously we still try to help them. We're still going to check the room because not everyone has keys. Since they fixed the glitch, not everyone's going straight for the rooms. So obviously, even if you're late game, still have hope. Still try it, unless it's like a high priority room. It's still going to be there. Not everyone's going to go for keys. Most people go for PvP and try to knock you out. Obviously, on the way to the keys, you're obviously going to get players obviously trying to mess with you. They smell you that goop on the mission you're on the goop. As I always like to do. Always try to bait them when you know they're going to chase them. Always put a trap or something in the corner. I did kind of fuck up trying to go with the lad. I should have stayed down on the bottom to shoot him. Just to finish him off while he's weak. Always fight on their terms, your terms. Never push. Especially in this game with Pika's advantage. Yeah, it's always try to fight him on your terms. And then that's him dropped. Anyway, back to where we was going. As we're coming up to the hospital, obviously we're coming up to 10-minute mark. Obviously the players stop spawning in at 17 minutes. So the chance of you running on to players past the 10-minute mark becomes slimmer and slimmer. Obviously, take this in mind, obviously when you're going to kill the queen. Some people, players won't attack the queen until the 17-minute mark. Obviously you want to do it with your mates. Obviously, solo you play a better chance. But if you're going to do it as a squad, you best wait until that 17-minute mark and then attack the queen. But I'm still hyperactive on this one. I'm still planted a mine just in case that player comes up behind. We're looting the room. And then, not too much, but obviously better on nights. But obviously, yeah, we'll come into the next part about nights, about the amount of rats to expect on nights. It's quite good. Not good, sorry. Well, obviously, when you get your goop, and it's the same situation as before, you want to get in, out the window, out the thing, bim, bam, bosh. That's a long run, where most players would have dropped out. Obviously, when it comes to night, it's extra goop, but it can be extra ratty too. Obviously, I think these are 2 runs we try to do at night, but this is both experiences at the train. So literally both times. Obviously, we do go make friend. There's a tactic we use as well. We make one of our mates just go run. See if they're friendly or not. If not, then maybe the pal are there to jump in. But obviously, this time they wasn't. We just met with a hellstorm of fucking bullets, just hiding in the darkness, just waiting for us. Obviously, there's fucking traps and everything. This is what you like the rattiest thing to expect. But it's all miracle. Just keep some explosives, loads of explosives, and then plenty of cover, and just popping out shots. Even if you don't see him, just pop some shots. Then eventually, even as the players on the other side, one might have been the third guy just trying third party us, but we managed to fend them off. They probably got alright, just ran off and just let us leave. But somehow we managed to make it out on this run with our shit. But then obviously them was like, don't shoot. Obviously telling them no. Obviously that was one of the runs. They can be risky. Obviously if you want to do nights, go for the nights. But they are a lot better goop. But obviously this is the second run. And obviously this is where like, nah, we're going to get these rats and we're going to teach them a lesson. Because obviously they're down Josh this time. And it was not special. But literally on the second run, these ones are just fucking game. And they thought they can rush me. Obviously when you see that smoke, don't smoke me, because I'm going to come in with hammering. You want to come close quarters and then you just fucking hammer time. That's what it means. And most of the time I come out alright. Give yourself adrenaline stim. Oh, you're fucking groovy. But anyway, that's close quarters at night. That's why, especially at fucking Buried City. Always so ratty, always so on. Like, I want to be the guy who just camps there all the fucking game. In the dark, just waiting for someone to come along and kill them. Real fun experience. So that's my key runs. Anyway, so I want to move on a bit to PvP. Obviously just about chase this boy. Yeah. All rats deserve to be beaten. Right, anyway, this is what I want to talk about. Obviously PvP, obviously you always want to be flanking and outflanking. And obviously what dip was a nice little tactic we boys like to do. Other people I have no names for it. But obviously this one is on the flank. Obviously Swabble Pop, Pal Connor's making all the noise on the next flank. I'm just going here, making the metal detector, and I'm going round and around. Always on the flank, get on this boy. Then as soon as his buddy realises I'm there, he chases, and then come out, thinking I need help. So he'll come down with his guard down. Then while my pal Connor does it, I'll do it again. But then we go in anyway, and this is where obviously we'll get things. And this is where rats, you see him hid around the corner and in the wall here, just waiting for us, just be on the revive, just to come try third parties. So obviously I'll allow Connor take the shots for a bit. Then also just where I tell him, obviously do frag against the wall, frag against the thing, stop him charging. You know what I mean? Obviously while you're healing and changing flank, this is where I do the dip. This is a perfect example of dip. Right, Connor will go in, he'll waste all his bullets, taking all the mags, because the enemy only have a limited amount of bullets. As soon as he's taken enough damage, he's pulling out, and I'm pulling right in. So I mean, so he's in and out. As soon as he pulls out, I'm in. So before they have a chance to reload, I'm already in. So it depends how big they have. Doesn't work here with the Toronto though. I've discovered. But the dip don't always go perfect. So obviously these boys in the hospital fucking trying to outflank a flanker, just fucking on a mad one. So obviously they go fucking, now that I mean, obviously we tried to trap him, but obviously this boy tries to fucking barrel roll all the way. So obviously the flanking failed. So these boys try to flank again. Obviously if you keep flanking, it's too obvious. Then you just become smell the movement. Obviously this will become the dip dip dip. Make sure you heal your mate if they ask. Obviously trying to smoke them cause a distraction, thinking they're going to charge from that point, but not. They're from this point. So from this point we tried a riskier dip dip dip, because I already went in. So I've gone into the dip dip dip. As soon as they pull out, as soon as they pull out, he pulls in to make sure they're not pushing us, and he's still putting on the pressure. That'll give me that little time just to get some healing up, for me to go balls back in and finish the squad. So don't always work out, but yeah, those are some of my tips and tricks for the things. I'm glad you like it. Maybe show you some support, and thank you. Have a good time.